Oh. Something's wrong. Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry. There we go. Hi, everybody. This is Barbara Iris Alsu of Parental World Knowledge. I want to welcome everyone to watercolor painting. Sorry we had a problem where I had someone working on the home and I didn't get access onto the computer. We had some disruption here. So I apologize for the wait. Trying to finish our bathroom. It's a little over a year and it's almost done. But forgive, for the late coming on. But like I said, there's been disruption because of the work going on. Well, we're here. I hope that everybody has their canvas material. Comes on a pad. It's medium size canvas for watercolor, and you can use this particular one for acrylic and oil. Not all can. It will state on the outside of your pad. We'll let you know what you can use it for. And if you're unsure, you can always ask in the art supply store. Also, you need non-toxic paint, and it comes in a palette. And this, you can even work on this palette. You don't need to get another palette. And you need a liquid white because most don't have liquid white, so you're going to have that. You need several size brushes, and they need to be good artist brushes. All right, the art supply store. And then you need a good artist sponge, and you're going to need an artist eraser. And then you need color pencils, so you don't have to worry. You can with color pencils. There's no problem. You can use, from not an art supply store, or you can get from an art supply store. It doesn't matter, as long as you're non-toxic. All right, so let's hope you have a line drawing. And a line drawing is just the outline of whatever you're doing. Say you're doing wax fruit and you're doing an apple, you just do the round part of the apple, with your stems and your leaves, and that's it. And paint in the rest. So that's all you have to do. And if you can't use your imagination, take props, but please, when you use the props, just do a line drawing and make it a little different than what you see at some other artists' work. And if you can't draw whatsoever, you can use the computer printout, but just make sure you have good quality paper. Like I said, canvas is better, so you need a good quality paper to do your painting, because a thin one, regular watercolor is thin and it's flimsy, and I just don't like it. This absorbs the paint better, so you need a good quality printing paper. So you can't just use the regular printing paper, otherwise it's just going to fall apart when you're painting it. And use very little water, but use a good amount of paint. Great. Then you put your white, liquid white down. You don't need water for this, but you need water for the other paint. You do little strokes, and if it's a tiny area, you can't even dot on. And don't paint what I'm doing. Paint what you enjoy. Do light colors first, then dark. Sorry if everyone is heard, but sometimes we get new people, so I have to go through all the instructions again. And after this bathroom, they're working on the bedroom too. So I've got one more room, and I just hope that we don't have any more disruptions. I hope and pray that I can just get access and be able to do my work. This is crazy already. Over a year. Just gotta stop. There's going to be a little work on the kitchen too, but not much. And I don't know if we'll make another. We were going to make another bedroom. I don't know if we'll do that. We're just going to go for making sure everything else that I just said is done. And we'll see what happens. If I rent those rooms, then I have 2 rooms, and if I can rent them, then we'll build another room. If not, there's no sense. Truly no sense. Let me just put the camera a little down more. Excuse me. The reason you do light colors first is so that it doesn't bleed into the dark. The dark would be bleeding into your light colors, and you don't want that. Then you'd have to layer more, and it's a nuisance. You have to do several layers, at least, depending on what you're doing. I think portraitures, you're going to have to do more than several layers. It's my first portraiture, so I'm not really sure. But in my estimation, I think it's going to be more than several layers. There's a lot of detail. If there's a lot of detail, you know that you're going to have to do more layers. That's my rule of thumb. It's interesting. I could teach someone how to do portraiture, but I never did it myself. I know how you do it. It's just, I never did it. I just never really was interested in that. But since I lost my father, this is, a portrait of him, my late father, and I'm doing it from memory, and I'm just inspired to do it. And now I'm inspired to do a current boyfriend that I have and his dog. I'm really thrilled. Such a nice person, and I want to do the portrait of them both. What a gorgeous portrait. Just, that's such a cute doggy. I just, want to do that portraiture. And when he holds that dog, oh my gosh, it's such an expression of love and joy. That's to him like a child, and that's how I feel about a dog. So, not every man is going to feel that way, but this is a rugged guy, yet he can feel, he's an engineer, and he's definitely a rugged guy, and he can feel that way about a dog. I'm really, really impressed about that. Just can't believe, like most rugged men, they're not going to feel that way like a child to them, this dog, but it is a very precious child. If anybody can love an animal like that, you know that they're going to be loving a person. Just such goodness in them. You're really making me happy. Oh, there goes my light. I have to wave my arm. My son has it on timer. We weren't losing electricity. I thought maybe you thought that everything was going dead. For those new that hasn't seen me holding my arm up with light. Oh, and thank God, got power on. And the internet. I didn't think I was going to make it today. I don't have a generator. So if something goes wrong with the power, you can't get it on. And it knocks out everything because I have Wi-Fi, so it will knock my whole system out, my phone too. All right, honey. And tomorrow I have to go to SSI. I told everybody, so we're not going to be airing. We won't air till again Monday. I don't want you to try to watch and then I'm not there. I did mention this yesterday. I don't know what's going on, how long. Just wish that this was over. On to the 5th month. No, I'm not responsible because it was on toll-free recorded line. And I stated, the fact that this was the case. I sent in the information. I'd have to go through so many files from 2009 to find that. And then, even though the other one's more recent, I still have a lot of papers. I mean, they gave me just a week to know that I needed this. I can't find all this in 1 week. I'm devastated from it. I'm knocked out. I'm truly tired from all this. It's been too much an ordeal. I worked too hard to have to go through this. And I hope and pray no other senior goes through this with. But they're going to go through this. If someone passes away, you're going to go through this. It's a shame. Looks like my puppy was licking my picture because the paint is onto part of the neck, and I see this. That's his tongue. You can see where the pink is. See that? He was licking it. He did that on his picture. Oh my God. But it's non-toxic paint. See what I say? Get non-toxic paint. Oh my God. He almost wiped out the entire picture of his portrait. I did the puppy. I always did animals, but I never did dogs. So I mean, I did that for the first time. But he licked this because I see tongue marks there. Oh, well, you just go over and layer. See what I mean? You can fix by layering. That's why I say to layer. Oh, God. I'm going to have to fix this. And it's got blue on here, so it's not altering the color. I'm going to have to try to make it darker. The blue is making this come up lighter. I'll make it darker yet. Oh, gosh. It's a good lesson to learn. If your puppy licks it, don't get upset. Just relayer it. You know, I'm just going to have to do another layer or two to get back the neck because it's the blue on the shirt in it. And he did the pink. It's like a wine color background. He licked that, so you're gonna have to relayer that. And the tie is even wiped out. Have to fix that. Oh well. I can't win them all. It could be worse. When I did his portraiture, I had to do it all over for the dog. He licked it. He licked the whole thing almost. And that was a lot of work because I was doing grass, and there's so much detail to the grass. We have a very a hybrid lawn, so it was just a lot of detail. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I will not get upset. I was just reading about not getting upset over people, sometimes how they act. You know, they act even like lunatic people, saying or doing things to you. How to not get yourself affected and upset. So this was, I Googled it, and it popped up that if you treat a person that's doing that to you like you would treat a child, an infant, you wouldn't go to pieces if they did inappropriate behavior. You would, say, oh, he's just a baby, he doesn't know better. And that's how you have to act towards that adult that does something, and show pity. And then you won't be getting angered and upset over that person. Just show pity. And like they were a baby. And that is how you can, cope and not get yourself worked up and upset. Because, there's people in business that do things and they can really annoy you. So security, what they're doing is really annoying. And, just can't let this get to us. And that is a coping mechanism. Just say, have pity. So I'm expressing pity for how they're acting to senior citizens. Let's have, that they're, acting like an infant. This is infantile. This is truly infantile to treat senior citizens who've made this country great, given so much of their time and effort. And it is truly infantile what's going on, that I should be going through this as a senior. I have no funds left from when my father passed away. we had to pay taxes. It had gone into his bills that were due. He didn't realize he had some. And, the last days of his life. So, I had to pay that. And everything just broke at once. So it's gone. And that was a spend down. And the spend down of my temporary disability went to taxes to help my father when he was still living, and repaired the home to Rick Richards, this repair person. So it's so baloney that I'm going through this. There isn't anything. I'm innocent. They knew this. It was on recorded line. And that's it. So this is infantile. This is terrible to treat seniors this way. They don't have any means to live if you don't have this, if you're not working. I'm a volunteer, so I'm not working during the salary. I volunteer as an organization president, an instructor, and then I do volunteering, writing a blog for free. I'm not drawing a salary. And there's absolutely no reason that I'm going through this, other than they're infantile in what they're doing to me. So I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm just not going to. There's no sense in me getting myself worked up. No sense. To show pity that they're not thinking, they're being infantile in their thinking how they treat seniors in this country. And the first time, they never even told me I could do a waiver form, which is what I did. I did a waiver form, and this is what this meeting's about. It's for a waiver, formal meeting, and I went to the informal waiver meeting, and this is just insane to have to go through all this. And my father was almost 96. I've said this in earlier shows, but he doesn't look in this picture almost 96. He had no wrinkles. He was amazing. He's darker here because he had a nice tan before he passed on, and that's how I'm painting him. It was beautiful tan. He always had a nice smile. He had just a wonderful personality, did everything to help the veterans, high school students, going on to be college students. He was raising funds. He was the biggest fundraiser as a veteran, standing on his feet 8 hours in the ShopRite. I've stated this in earlier shows, but in case you didn't see, I just wanted to make mention who he was, what he did. Just an amazing man. can't even believe that, you know, he's gone so soon in life, because I really thought he was going to be here a while. I really did not think he was going to be leaving us so soon. He was very healthy, just had a freak accident. He slept on a water grate plate, and he had severe wounded shoulder and arm, and by error, Veterans Hospital did surgery, and they shouldn't have. If you have a severe wounded shoulder and arm, you slept on the freezing rain, you should have just let it heal. That's what they should have did. They did surgery, and it led to bleeding of his brain. So he would be here now. This is so horrible. And I really thought he was going to live a long, long time, 40 more years, definitely in my mind. My true belief. If he could stand 8 hours on his feet at that age, still run every month to it was a nursing home for veterans. He could run every single month. And entertain them doing bingo and bring things for them, food or whatever items. He could do all that, do all the fundraising, even be involved with, you know, trips and things. He would, you know, be helping to do that too. Everything he was doing. I mean, I don't even know how he was doing everything like that, and still always volunteering and helping me, helping my son, helping the family, whatever they needed. They needed him to do papering in their house. My father would do the papering in the house. Unbelievable. Hysterical. At that age, he was still getting up on the ladder and papering in your home. I didn't, you know, ask him to do the work. We stopped papering here, but my brother asked him. Into his 90s, he was still asking him to paper his house. But to me, I just, you know, took the paper off and just painted. I just had a painter come in. I you know, didn't ask my father. I wouldn't bother him. All that mattered, he's happy, he's healthy. But he did it. He did it with joy, doing my brother's house. He also helped people get jobs with the union. He was a union worker and still was making sure, in his 90s, he still was making sure they had their jobs. He was referring people. Incredible man. What he didn't do. I mean, he would help a neighbor. He would help a stranger. He would do anything. If he saw you on the street, he would treat you like a dear friend. He you know, was that kind of person. That's why I did the portraiture. I never in my life did a portraiture. I did it for the first time because I just wanted to see him. just wanted to see his picture, you know, have it on the wall. And my son looks so much like him. It's incredible. I can't believe the resemblance, you know, to my late father. Just a very striking resemblance. My son's at work now, so I can't look at his face to get a little, you know, to make it easier. He's at work. It would be easier if I had him here to do the portrait, but I don't have him here. And one of his dear friends looked at this. He says, "Yeah, it looks like him." And you know, I said, "Do you notice that there's a resemblance, a very strong resemblance?" I always noticed that, you know, when I looked at the two of them. Of course, you know, they look much older than my son, but I see the resemblance, very strong. And it's just an amazing thing. They both got along, you know, like father and son. It's an amazing relationship. They were buddies. Although, you know, he disciplined my son. It wasn't, I just made him like a buddy and not a, you know, like a father disciplining. He did do that. But they just got along beautiful, like buddies. We went to all the football games that he was in high school. He played soccer. And, you know, it's interesting that he, you know, in wrestling, everything, you know, he would want to attend. And best buddy. When he needed something at college, we both went together. We shopped and got the architect supplies. You know, my father was a good sport. We loaded up the car with so much stuff. Oh, gosh. And I needed his help. I couldn't lift those things that were heavy. But I bought them. You know, picked up the things that I could pick up. But he you know, was an architect. He needed building supplies to do, you know, building models. It was a lot of stuff for an architect student that he needed. So there's always something we had to do with him. It was a good thing I was into prayer healing, because he was into his fraternity, and you know, the pledging got a little rough. Different things required. You need a lot of massage, a lot of healing. They asked him to pick up a brick and hold it for hours. I don't know what the heck. Imagine how your back would feel. Well, all I can say, my father and him were buddies, went together always to do what we needed to do for him. We made our road trips to see my son at college. Never forgot. It was fun. It was exciting what we were doing. We're trying to help him. You know, he worked sometimes overnight, many nights, to do his projects. So he couldn't run to no store. He was doing projects that he made so many. The college professor tripped on them. He tripped right over them. He made so many models, he tripped over them. I'm not kidding. It's the truth. I'm not happy that he tripped, but I'm laughing that, we made that many. He made several models that the professor was tripping over them. There was not even room to walk. Well, that's how he was. It wasn't required. You just had to make one or two models. He always made several choices, so that's how he treats a client. He gives you more than one choice. He doesn't want to just make one choice for you. He wants to have you pleased. That's a great architect. You have to dot this on because this is licked by the puppy. All the color came out. I had it up high. He's getting up higher now. It's getting bigger. Almost a mid-sized dog, so he can reach. Here we go again. The light's going out. I didn't have enough to worry about. I'm trying to get this back. It's almost there. I can't get angry, you know. He means well. If he didn't like it, he wouldn't be licking it. He's licking it because he likes the picture. You have to look at it that way, just like an infant who doesn't know better. He's only about a year old, a puppy. He doesn't know better. See, so you put things in perspective with, like I said, you treat people, even pets, with the understanding that, you know, it's like a baby and infant that you just have to forgive. You won't get upset with things. Let it get to you. You have to have coping mechanism for what's going on in this country. I tell you, you're a senior citizen. I hope you're not going through it, but I think you are. It's not that I was just selected. This is for everybody. Oh, my puppy is underneath me. He's taking a nap, but I think he's waking up. He's kissing me here a little bit. So adorable. You want to hear platinums? Oh yeah, there you are. That little doll. I felt you. It's right under my chair. It's so adorable. He's been very good most of the day. Very good. And it wasn't easy for him. He's hearing all these sounds and he was getting scared, hiding under the bed. I couldn't get him out to go out, to make and to eat. He was just hiding. I had, you know, to a long time try to get him out. I can't blame him. It's a lot of noise. They're always using a heavy saw and a lot of other equipment. Or is it scary? You know? Can't blame them. Feel bad for him. Hearing all these different sounds he never heard. We just got first this new saw. It's making a lot of noise. And we have the Wi-Fi in the bathroom, so of course, you know, when he was doing the work and it disrupted it, so it knocked everything off. Sometimes if it knocks off, you can just take a phone and just reprogram, but it didn't go back on. They say Wi-Fi is continuous, but it's not always continuous. It could be a pain in the neck. But it does cost more for the other system, so it's supposed to be more affordable. You don't have to rent the equipment. It's more so affordability than reliability, in my opinion. I don't buy this thing that it's continuous, because it isn't. Try living in this house for over a year and see how much your Wi-Fi goes off during repair. Whoever wrote that slogan that it's Wi-Fi continuous, I don't think they were in any construction buildings. Or homes. They better rethink that program. It's so humid today. I took my dog out and I'm just having difficulty with my allergies. Forgive me. I keep coughing. I wasn't coughing earlier, but it's just been all day long, this humidity. And I've got the air conditioner on, but then my worker is opening the window to do some work. Shouldn't be, opening that. I closed it, but too late. The pollen came in. Too late now. So I keep telling my son's friend to please not to open the windows. You do close the door, because then you're ruining the air conditioning in the other rooms. Well, what are you going to do? I can't complain. He's doing it for a very reasonable amount. Oh, my baby's kissing me. I'm so blessed. That is so terrific. Now I'm going to make some gray, so I'm taking white and then I'm going to take black. You need to learn to mix colors. Come here. I'm more than happy to give you a lesson on the air for free. 973-736-1637. If you can't come to our studio, you could even go to the library and learn how to mix colors. It's local to you. Get a nice book on watercolor. If you prefer a private lesson, for a $5 donation, you can get Shop for a Cause from Macy's. And not only that, but you get either an energy scan, which I just pinpoint any problem you have, and immediately I clear your chakras and you're healed by God, possibly, or if not, you will definitely have gained more focus immediately and more energy. So you can get that for free and your Shop for a Cause pass, or if you prefer, what you can do is get an antique piece of jewelry. Also, we do have items this weekend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a garage sale. So you can get one of those items, but you're not going to get the lesson, the art lesson. You are eligible, anyone, to get a wonderful digital camera, and you might win $500 from Macy's. Amazing. Each store is giving away. So all that for your $5 donation, and it's tax deductible. Can you beat that? Can't beat that. Definitely not. So call us. And the jewelry is great. I mean, I've made antique bracelets. There's one of them. And there's other things that are, rings and bracelets, different than this, but, there are beautiful antique pieces of jewelry. Just gorgeous to pick from. Even pearls. I mean, there's so many different, pieces of jewelry. Beautiful pins, crystal bracelet. I mean, it just goes on. Earrings, beautiful emerald colored earrings. And, these all antiques. Just gorgeous. And my aunt worked for a jewelry store, so that's how I have all this jewelry, and I didn't even wear it, and it just was sitting here. I said, why am I letting it sit here? Why don't I just give this with the shop for a cost ticket? That's where I got the idea from. In order to, get these tickets, get the donations. And I figured you got to give something, a little something, to get people to get these tickets. And you're getting 25% off even designer items all weekend long, August 26th to the 28th. Can't beat that. And most items, 25% off, even designer items. So most of the designer items, sale items, just so much in the store, getting 25% off. Some items, it might not be. It's like 10% off, but certain things. It's on the card, it will tell you. But most of the majority of the items, 25% off, and it's all weekend long. They never gave that. They only gave for one day. Now they're giving the whole entire weekend, which is great because some people go to church, and some people are going to temple, and then they can't come certain days. So to extend it, to make it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, yay! This is what I call a sale. I'm gonna have to do some more layers because this was licked on my puppy. God bless him. He licked it up. Oh well. Nothing I can do. I just have to fix it, that's all. Okay, now I just have to fix the tie and a little more and the shirt and his eyebrows, and then we're going to stop for today. Wish I was on my own desk, but this is my son's desk and he's got so much stuff on it. Trying to knock his things over. You always trim your painting when you're working, which is what I had to do. He was 96. He still had mostly black hair, and his eyebrows were black, mostly. My father had jet black hair and eyebrows most of his life. Unbelievable. He never put anything in his hair. Never put anything on his eyebrows either. It just stayed that way. Well, it was a little thicker, his eyebrows. This one a little thicker. Not easy trying to do this because it's not steady on this table. That's my dad. There he is. That was Julius, late Julius Hurwitz. And what a man. A great, great man. I'm going to just finish up a little bit more. Then we'll say a prayer for everybody in the world. Hey, you're up. Good, honey. I'm so happy. You okay, honey? Talking to Platinos. You all right, honey? You just woke up. You want to say hello to everybody? You want to say hello? You can come on my lap and say hello. It's up to you. If you want to. He's half asleep still. All this work is just knocking him out and scaring him a little. And the heat, too, is not the best. Very high humidity. I tried not to keep him out too long. He wanted to stay out. He likes, I think he'd rather be out there than hear all the noise. So. Oh, well. Can't win them all. This will be done soon. Renovation. I think it's worse on the pets. They don't understand the puppies. They don't understand what's going on. It's scary. Well, if you have it in your heart to adopt a pet, go to your local shelter. But realize it's even harder than having a baby, you know. They're going to definitely what you have to go through. Well, I thank everyone. And I'm going to say a prayer, miraculous healing prayer for everyone in this world peace, good health, good spirit, good strength. Amen. And I'm hoping for the people that have all this climate change, that there's health and strength. What is going on? I'm just praying that that this climate change stops, and I'm praying for their safety. Amen. God heals 100%. I just do the prayer. So if you or someone that you know needs you to say a prayer, please say it to God. And miraculous healing is possible. Also go on our site, ParentalWorldKnowledge.com, and get a free healing, 2 free prayer healings every time you visit. And again, don't forget, call us 973-736-1637, 973-736-1637. Get a free art lesson with your $5 paid ticket for Shop for a Cause from Macy's. You get a private lesson, with your either the energy scan or the jewelry, and it's really worth it to get all that, and tax deductible yet. You donate 50% to Epilepsy Foundation. I am a member. Barbara Al Sue, I am a member. So please give us a call for that. And I thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you for referring people. I hope you have a pleasant day or night wherever you are in the world. We're just so grateful that you're referring people. We just had some new people, and I'm so sorry to them. I was telling them about 5, but it ended up, doing this work, I couldn't even get access to let you know, and I apologize again. And if you just tuned in, that we're doing this renovation, and power is going off and on at times. And I have no control. It's knocking off the Wi-Fi, which is in the bathroom. I wish it wasn't, but it is. My son, he had to have Wi-Fi in the bathroom, and it's reasonable. I mean, it wasn't an expensive unit, for the purifier. He needed a purifier, air, ventilation system. You need to have that when you're in the bathroom, or when you have all the steam and it ruins the bathroom. So you needed to have a ventilation system, and it came with the Wi-Fi. It wasn't extra, so he put it in. And it's funny that when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, why did he spend so much? And then I find out, no, it didn't cost any more. It was actually more reasonable than most of the units, without it. But it just knocks off everything. That's the bad part. But I thank you for watching the watercolor, to listen to me rant over what I'm going through. And I greatly appreciate that. It's always inspiration. People are writing nice comments like Maggie. I can't believe always, the inspiration she's giving me, and hope, and, making me feel good. My first time doing a portraiture, and she's encouraging me, telling me, if she likes it, I'm getting thumbs up, I'm getting, rose and different things. It's nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Now you can room. And where's that baby? Would you want to come on and say goodbye? Come on, say hello. You want to get up here? They want to see you. You're the star. I'm not the star. Come on, you're going to see this cute puppy. He's not going to move. He's laying here on his side. He's wiped out from the heat. Oh, all right. But he's right now holding his paw with my hand. He's holding his little paw in my hand and kissing me. He's a little doll. And he would get up and he would show you high five. But he's too tired. Unless he's coming now. Are you going to come and say hello? They're waiting for you. Come on. Get up here and say hello to everybody. Come here. I haven't seen you in so long. You got to be a big boy. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. Come here. Let them see you. Hey, come on. You come on. Up here, up here, up here. Oh, here he is. Give me a high five. High five. One more high five. High five. Yay. This is Platinos. You haven't seen him in a while. And he is adorable. He's getting bigger. He got so big, I decided to get him this. It's not like a regular collar. It actually goes over his whole body. So this is a little better, and it's not pulling his neck. So I just bought this. You know, he's getting bigger, and he was outgrowing, not quite, but almost outgrowing the other one. He still had room, but I felt he would be, you know, not pulled on his neck. This is where you hook the chain would be to the back. And this is a lot better for a puppy and dog. Before I couldn't do it. I bought one of these things. Oh, you see, I told you this time. I bought one of these things and he kept getting out of it. He got out of it. He was like Houdini. He got out of it and he's walking down the street. So I said, I can't let him use this. I had to wait till he's a little over a year to put one of these on. Mr. Houdini. He even opens his cage. He can open, I closed his cage, his training cage, and he can open it. So I have to take the chain, the little part where it hooks onto this little notch here, and I put it over the cage where it opens, that little bar there. You know, the little part that locks it. So he pushes it like Houdini. So I had to put that part of the chain, you know, to hold it in place. Otherwise, and I check to see that it won't move. It won't move, you know, when you open the bar, and to keep him in. And you know, sometimes, you know, he needs to do it if he's not doing the right thing. He needs a 20-minute timeout. And just like a child, they need a 20-minute timeout. If they did something they shouldn't do, yeah, you can't just let them get away with it. And it's like a little child, but even more so, they do things, you know, a child wouldn't be doing, and you have to have patience. And if you have it in your heart, then go to your local shelter and adopt a loving pet. This was actually a street dog. This dog was in Dominican Republic and just roaming the streets by the hotels. He came up to my son, and my son just had to bring him home to me. He had a free paid vacation by his boss, and he brought this little baby home. Haven't been happier. I wanted a puppy, new, and I was trying to find one that was good with children. And this dog is good with children. He's good with people. So he's the dog for me. And my current boyfriend, he has a most adorable little dog. And I think they're going to be best buddies. I think so. They look adorable. They both look adorable. So at any rate, I hope that you can find it in your heart to adopt a pet, change your life, your family's life, brings you closer together. The joy of having, it's like another child in the family. It just brings you so close together. I knew a couple, and I wrote on my blog, Parental World Knowledge. You could go on there and read it. They weren't getting along, but they got the puppy, and it has made their marriage solid. Just having that puppy, it renewed all their bonds, everything. They're fine together now. The love they got from that puppy just brought them together. They stopped fighting. They're just doing, you know, nice things for each other, and you know, loving, giving that love to that puppy is given, and the puppy giving back the love is making them so happy. He's just adorable, this dog. I mean, you ever see a dog like this? He's just, and he was a stray dog. Look at him. He's just so good. He's a good boy. So Platinos, and you know, it's so funny. My son's girlfriend Googled Platinos, and it came up a lot of hits on there for Platinos. It shows a search, engine showing for Platinos. She said she Googles herself. She doesn't see that, but he has many hits on there for his search. So he's a little famous on the internet here. I said to him, I feel he's more famous than me because he's the star. He's the star of this show. This boy, he's going places. He's smart, loving, wants to, doesn't even, when he sees a mailman, he wants to kiss him. He sees the gas man. He wants to kiss him. He doesn't want to take a bite out of him. He wants to be loving and good. But if you're a burglar, he would take a bite out of you. He goes nuts. He goes psycho. He goes Rambo. Really, if you know what Rambo was, in the war, he was going totally crazy. So this dog goes Rambo if you're a burglar. So better stay away from this house because this dog will bite the heck out of you. He will chew you up, and he is strong. I think he could be leading the Olympic team for dogs, for the sled dogs. He can pull you. They were doing flashlight. I mentioned this the other day. The kids down the street and playing like the paintball thing, and he was getting so angry because like they were making believe they're shooting each other. He didn't want anyone getting hurt. He was barking, he was pulling. He wanted to go down the street and get them, because they were doing that. And these weren't little kids. These were, they were adult age, and they were doing that. And it was late at night, and they were doing that. And, it's disrupting for pets. He's a puppy. He didn't understand what was happening. That was the first time he saw it. So he's barking his head off. He didn't bite anybody, didn't do anything, but he just wanted to run and see what's going on. And he's barking his head off at them. That's all. I'm going to get off. Okay, let's get off. Alrighty. So I thank you again, and you take care, everyone. Say a prayer for me tomorrow with Social Security and SSI. Please. Thank you. Bye now. I'm good. Thank God. And everything's going to be fine.